Yeah.
All right, make sure that you motivate her throughout the whole workout. When she's looking tired, you have to say like, "Okay, Mama, you got this. Okay, you got this, Mama. You're doing great." Okay.
Mama, you got it.
That's right. All right, we are ready to get going now. So I want you guys to make your way down onto your back as you get in here, as you get logged on, or as you join us from wherever you're at, whenever you're at. And we're all going to come together for a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a nice, easy warm-up to get ourselves started. And like I said, I want you to make your way down onto your back, and I want you to hug your knees up to your chest, and just find some stillness there for the first part of this workout here. So we find that stillness in the flat back position, hugging the knees up to the chest, allowing the weight of the legs to kind of apply a little bit of pressure to the lower back, to the mid back, or wherever you're really feeling it. But the focus on the breathing that I want you to bring your focus to is a timed breath. So I want you to think about trying to take 5 full seconds for every inhale that you have. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold that breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then on that exhale, it's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale as well. So bring that focus to your breathing. If you're not able to do it perfectly, so what? It's not a test. If you're only doing 4 seconds instead of 5 or 2 seconds instead of 5, that's okay. But bringing the focus and the attention to the breathing will get you grounded. It will reset you. It will refocus you if you need resetting or focus or direction. I like to use it when I'm just waking up in the morning. That 5 deep breaths before I, God forbid, grab my phone and check social media before I'm even out of bed and rolled to the ground. But this 5 breath reset with 5 seconds for our inhale, 5 seconds for our hold, and 5 seconds for our exhale is that perfect way to reset yourself, to refocus. And right now, it's to get ourselves grounded and get ourselves ready for 45 minutes of good, hard work, but we're going to ease into it. So first, I want you to bring your feet down flat so my knees are bent. I'm going to extend my right leg out, and I'm going to come up and down for a hamstring swing on that right side, where we look for about 10, 12 reps, somewhere around there, where all we're looking to do is wake up that hamstring on this right side first. Then we'll do the same thing on that left side. But it's a range of motion warm-up here, where we look to come up a little bit higher with each rep. If you haven't switched sides yet, do it now. Bring that left leg up and down with that same purpose that we did in that first leg. And again, purpose to this movement is waking up that hamstring while we're still grounded to the earth. We're still bringing our focus to our breathing, keeping that breathing controlled throughout each movement that we come through. 10, 12 reps on this side. Now both feet are flat, knees are bent, and we're ready for a double leg bridge, where if we bring our focus back to our breathing on this one, what I want to do is take about 3 seconds to get myself up to the highest point, hold that highest point for about that same 3 seconds, and then come down for about 3 seconds there as well. As soon as my butt touches the ground, I come right back up. It's a steady incline on the way up, and then it's that longer hold here at the top, and then that same steady on the way down. Again, bring your focus to whatever you need more of right now. If it's just that focus and attention on that breath, just to get yourself off of any negative thoughts, any anxiety or stress that has accumulated over the day, bring that focus back to the breathing. And if not, the movement of the body, the adding stress to the body will help us deal with that stress that we need to deal with outside of our workouts. Good. Let that butt come down to the ground. Let's go into a flat back lower ab crunch now. When my knees are bent, my back is flat, my head is flat down onto the mat as well. And it's just the movement of the legs that is activating my lower abs and getting those lower abs to focus and control each and every inch of this movement. Looking to get about 10, 12, maybe 15 reps. And then I do want to come through one more time on each side with that hamstring swing. So let's come back to that right leg first. See how different the body feels now. Just coming through it a second time, we allow that hamstring to wake up a little bit. We will get a decent amount of leg work in today, mostly by way of leg strength. We might mix in a little bit of yoga at the midway point of this workout. But it's going to be a lot of core activation, switch sides now, that left leg coming up. A lot of core activation as recovery from arm strengthening. So biceps, shoulders, triceps is going to be a lot of the focus of our strength work. Ab work, core work for our recovery. And then, like I said, some yoga at the midway point or 3/4 point. Both feet flat, knees bent, and back to those bridges now. Maybe a little bit more pace to it this time. Maybe we're coming up and down with more pace. We're getting more reps in here. But that focus and that strength is coming by way of the hamstrings and by way of the glutes. And that range of motion is trying to get the hips up a little bit higher with each rep. After we mix in that yoga later in the workout, we will come through a little bit of full body stuff, some pushing and pulling. But like I said, primary goal of this workout is arms and abs. And we're going to get to that right as we finish this warm up here. With instead of that lower ab crunch, it's an upper ab crunch. My legs are up, my knees are bent. My elbows come up to my knees at the top here. And we come down in control. Just that little bit of stillness to start ourselves off. Little bit of movement by way of the leg swings and the glute bridges. Little bit of core activation is getting us ready for our first little bit of high intensity movement to get ourselves going and to get ourselves ready for the majority of this workout. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of ab focused work that we're going to be coming through. We are laying down flat on our backs and we are ready for 3 ab exercises right in a row. 3 ab exercises right in a row where we work for 30 seconds or 20 to 30 seconds when we're on, 10 seconds when we're off. So you are laying down flat on your back. We are looking for 20 to 30 seconds of 90-degree flutter kicks here first. 90-degree flutter kicks. We start on the buzzer. We start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go right now. 90-degree flutter kicks. Hands under the butt. One leg out, one leg up. They alternate. The core is tight. We'll be getting to a decent amount of planks later in this workout, later in this circuit actually. But I want you to think about like you're laying down in a plank right now. That's how tight the stomach is. Another rep or 2 from those flutter kicks and you have 10 seconds to recover starting now. Allow those feet to come down, taking a deep breath. Instead of those flutter kicks now, that movement comes with 90-degree leg raises. Legs move in unison, legs move together. It is 20 seconds of work and it's just started right there. Let's get after it here. Those legs moving in unison. That core strength coming by way of that lower midsection. Those abs are getting stronger with everything that we come through. Time, 20 seconds of it. 10 seconds to rest. Exercise number 3 is a kick out. I'm up, my hands are here for support, but I'm not leaning on the hands too much. I am light on my hands. I'm able to take them off the ground if I need to, but they're there for support. Kicking those heels straight out in front of us. The shins are just about parallel with the ground. Throughout most of this movement, 20 seconds only of it, and we are there right now. Time. Making our way up to standing. 3 variations of leg strength. First one is an alternating reverse lunge. Big step back to ball that back foot, we come up to standing. Alternate meaning we switch sides each time that we come through it. I am going to come to a little bit of a modification here just because of my knee injury where I'm going to hold on to the wall. But this is all part of the rehab. You guys are joining me on it. As you step back to that reverse lunge, feel that front hamstring pull you up to standing. Instead of that reverse lunge now, just a body weight squat, feet just about shoulder width apart. You can cross your arms if you'd like to, or let the arms just hang down by the hips and swing forward. Only looking for about 8 to 10 reps. or however many you can get in this 20-second timer that we have going. From our reverse lunges, we went to our bodyweight squats. From our bodyweight squats, we'll go to a forward lunge next. Standing at the back of your yoga mat. It's a big step forward with that left foot. It's driving back to standing. Big step forward with that right foot. Driving back to standing. Alternating lunge, keeping those shoulders perpendicular to the ground. Up and open. Alternating that step. Strength through that front leg. Wide base. Time. 3 variations of a plank. This time we hold it for 30 seconds. Each time we come through a different position. First one is a forearm plank. We want to find strength through our stillness. Elbows and balls of the feet. 3, 2, 1, and we are holding that plank. Strengthen our stillness here. Tighten up that stomach. I talked about those planks earlier. Best cue that I have in my repertoire for a plank is that you want to be flat as a board and stiff as a board. Those glutes engaged as well as that midsection, that core, that stomach. 30-second hold and drop down to the knees. Only 10 seconds to recover and to transition up. I'm basically in a tabletop right now as I get ready for my next plank, which is a high plank. High plank and hold it for 30. We are into it right now. Tighten up that stomach. You got more out of what you think about. Engage every muscle in the body in this plank. Tension. Building strength from tension. 30 seconds of our hold. We got 5 more to go. 3, 2, 1. Down to the knees. Land into that tabletop position once again. Third variation of our plank. From this tabletop position, curl your toes under and just raise the knees off the mat. Only an inch or 2. 30-second hold. We are there right now. It's basically this tabletop plank where the knees are just barely hovered off the ground. Only could fit a quarter under there. But holding that back flat and not letting it round is key to this position here. Still that stomach is tight. Still that core is engaged. Those shoulders are starting to fire up now. Tough transition from that high plank to this bear plank. And that is what this circuit looks like. The whole rest of it, we're going to try to come through every exercise that we just did one more time. But we're going to mix the order up of it. We're going to go ab work, leg work, core work, ab work, leg work, plank work, ab work, leg work, plank work. Meaning we make our way over onto our backs. So we get ready to go. We will be starting up with those 90-degree flutter kicks first. 30 full seconds of work now. We want to be working here. Those flutter kicks just started right now. Let's do it. Full seconds. Let's go. Come on. Our transitions are going to be tough here. From our flutter kicks, we'll be making our way up to standing for that reverse lunge. It'll probably take us a couple of seconds to get up there safely, but that's okay. We have the rest of this buzzer. Make your way up right now. Reverse lunge. Back to it. Feeling that glute, that hamstring of that front leg. 30 full seconds of each movement. Like I said, we go ab work, leg work, plank work. Let's make our way to that forearm plank. Elbows, balls of the feet, and hold that plank. If this plank is easy for you, mix in some leg movement. That leg movement that I want to see is a straight leg raise, then a knee crunch towards the same side elbow before switching to that other side. Straight leg raise. Knee crunch, straight leg raise, knee crunch, another tough transition. Over onto our backs right now. 90-degree leg raises. You are right to it as soon as that back hits the mat. Right to it. Let's do it. Come on now. Core strength. Up to standing, it's those body weight squats, whatever version of them you did earlier in that warm-up, we mix back to it now. Body weight squats, purpose to every inch. Feeling the weight distributed very evenly over the feet. Feeling the feet connect to the ground. From our squats to our high plank, we are into that high plank and hold it. Once again, we look for that leg movement if you can. If not, feel free to just hold this high plank. But otherwise, it's that straight leg raise, knee crunch towards that same side elbow. Straight leg raise, knee crunch. Straight leg raise, knee crunch. Keeping the integrity of that plank as best you can. Core engagement, 30 seconds of it. 3, 2, 1, over for those kickouts. Last 90 seconds of this circuit here. Kick those feet out, crunch those knees back. "30 full seconds, find your failure if you need to, and then try to get back for another rep. Transition from those kickouts up to standing. For that alternating forward lunge, strength out of that front leg. That back knee just about touches the ground, and that front leg is what pushes you back to standing. Alternating lunge, heart upright, heart open if you can, breathing on your side. That positive self-talk as you start to get tired. Doing good. You're doing great. You're here. You might as well keep working. From that plank, from those lunges, down to that bear plank. Curl the toes under. Bring the knees off the ground just slightly. If you can, try to crunch that knee towards that same side elbow from this bear plank. But if not, just hold it. Hold that plank if you need to. Rest if you need to. Feel if you need to. Allow yourself to welcome that failure in our strength training. Time. We earned some recovery there. Good work. Breathe. Drink some water up. Ready for our endurance phase of strength training, coming by way of biceps, shoulders, triceps, basic movements. And we're mixing through all those exercises that we just used in that warm-up as our active recovery. Standing bicep curls is going to be where we start off here. Standing bicep curls, heart is open, palms facing forward. 15 reps or 30 seconds. We are right to it right now. Start it up if you haven't already. Those dumbbells right up to the shoulders. Those dumbbells beside the hips at the bottom. Those upper arms stay almost tucked into that rib cage, trying not to swing too much at all. 10, 12, or 15 reps, somewhere around there. Archie Walsh is getting mixed into the mix here. 90-degree flutter kicks. We are down onto our backs now. Hands under our butt, mixing through our work that we did in that warm-up circuit. One last time. Core engagement is the key. That stomach is tight like we're holding a plank. Endurance phase of strength training, meaning only 2 exercises here. We go right back to those bicep curls. Bicep curls, let's do it. Set number 2. When I say 2 exercises, I mean only 1 exercise separating us from our bicep curls. Our first set took us 30 seconds. Our recovery for our biceps were 30 seconds while we worked those flutter kicks. Now we're working these biceps once again for 15 reps to 30 seconds. And our biceps recover while we go to our leg raises down onto our backs. Hands under our butts, legs up, legs down, core engagement, and we are working. We want to get 3 sets in. That third set starts right now. Transition up to standing. Bicep curls. Let's approach and find that failure here. Burning out those biceps. All 15 reps, so that failure is what we are looking for. We got to finish up this circuit with those kickouts. You knew they were coming. Stick that form. Hands there for support. Legs out and back. 30 seconds, that failure comes now. The core, the midsection is feeling it. It's a lot of reps already today. Time, good. Rest, recover, but you only got 30 seconds of it. Give yourself that round of applause mid-workout here. Give yourself that pat on the back as fuel to keep us going through the second part of this workout, the second half of this workout. Standing, strict shoulder press is coming back for us. Palms facing forward. Dumbbells in hands. Split stance. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. 15 reps, or 12, or 10, or whatever you can get, but we start together right now. Let's do it. Woo! 12's feeling it for me. Oh, baby. Reverse lunge coming up. Assisted for myself. Not if you need to. Standing, alternating reverse lunge. You could even hold a dumbbell if you'd rather. If you'd like to make it a little more difficult for you. But alternating reverse lunge, we pull ourselves back up to standing. That front foot, that front leg is strong. Shoulder press is our focus. Set number 2. We are back to it now. 8, 10, 12, 15 reps. Whatever you can get, let's go. Body weight or loaded squats if you want to try loading them up with a dumbbell here, or dumbbells here, or dumbbells here. Whatever you need to do, you are to it now. Our leg work is our active recovery from our shoulder focus, which is the focus of this circuit. 2 sets down. 1 set to go. Shoulder press. Let's do it. Palms facing forward. Press those weights up. Last 30 seconds of this circuit is that alternating. Forward lunge, we are to it now. Big step forward. Back knee comes down towards the mat. Front leg pushing us back to standing. Alternating lunge, strength through the whole midsection, that upper body upright, not folding over that front quad. 30 seconds of it. 3, 2, 1. Time. Drink some water up. tricep focus coming up next on that next buzzer. Through the better part of this workout already. Looking to keep that energy up. Looking to keep that focus going on the positive. What we focus on grows. We want to focus on the good things when we can. Bring attention to the good. So that those good thoughts, those good vibes, those good feelings marinate and grow with each other. We got a bent over tricep extension coming up next. Ready? Grab those dumbbells. Split stance. Elbows up, they stay up now. Press the weights back behind you. It's not about curling forward. It's about pressing back. Squeezing those triceps. Anywhere between that 10 and 15 rep mark is our goal. Forward, forearm plank, getting down and getting right into that hold. Elbows and balls of the feet. Hold that plank. If you want to mix in that leg movement, feel free. Do what your body needs right now. Stay still and stationary if you need to. Crunch that knee up towards that same side elbow. If that oblique needs more attention and these planks are feeling okay for you. Set number 2. Bent over tries. 8, 10, 12, 15 reps. Whatever you could do. Just do it now. That goes for this workout. That goes for this day. That goes for any day. Just do something. Do something beneficial for your body each day. Your mind will thank you. If you can't do something beneficial for your body, then do something just beneficial for your mind. Focus on some meditation, some good positive self-talk. High plank, getting right into it. High plank and hold that high plank. Or from that high plank, do that knee crunch towards that same side elbow. Maybe mix in that straight leg raise. Do whatever you can and add in some stuff to make it more difficult when your body allows you to. Time up to standing, bent over tries, one more time. Oh, I'm finding that failure around that 12 rep mark on pretty much all these exercises. Oh, I'm welcoming that failure. I'm loving that failure. Practice it. That stressful situation. Curl the toes under. Tabletop plank, that bear plank, those knees just hover over the ground. Get right into it and hold it if you can. Eustress is a concept that my father and I have been talking about a lot lately. Eustress, it's E-U-stress, it's one word. And it's basically practicing stressful situations so that you're ready when real stressful situations come up. That's adding time. Good. Drop those knees down. That's adding physical stress to the body like you are doing right now, like we are doing right now. That's getting a good workout in so that when stressful situations come up out there in life and work, in love and anything, that you're able to deal with it a little bit better because your body and mind are getting ready for it. All right, we're not done yet. Let's make our way down to a child's pose, though. As promised near the tail end of this workout, we're going to mix in a little bit of yoga for our recovery. Like we did earlier, a 5-breath focus was our warm-up. I want to take 5 deep breaths into that child's pose. I want us to practice recovery in a time when we've actually been practicing kind of resiliency throughout this workout here. So to be able to switch gears internally and switch that focus to, okay, let me just breathe, let me sink into a position, let me think about first, what's going well. I'm here, I've made it this far, the workout's going great, I had a good week, anything beneficial that you can think of first, it's worthwhile doing. Because like I say all the time, what we focus on grows. So we look at what we're doing good first, and then we think about what we can improve on. What can we improve on, whether it's in this workout, in this moment, in this week so far, in this year so far, or in this life so far? What can we improve on, even if it's just something little? And then that third step is, how do we go about getting there? Those two questions kind of go hand in hand, but you use the community around you to benefit yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. And we are that community right now. From that child's pose, float forward to a baby, upward facing dog. What went well? What can I improve on, and how do I make those improvements a reality? Like I said, that third question is almost always answered by the community that you're surrounding yourself with. A lot of people smarter than myself have put it together that we are a combination of the 5 people that we spend most time with. I'd like to think that the community that we've built around that gym could be one of those 5 people. And that was a response that we got from that boot camp that we did last month, the month before. You are who you surround yourself with. You become who you surround yourself with. Surround yourself about positivity, positive energy. You'll spread more of that positivity and positive energy. You got negative people in your life? Spend less time with them. You'll benefit from it. From that upward facing dog to a downward facing dog. And let's find that stillness here as well. Switching that focus from that endurance phase of strength training, that high rep, real short recovery, that high intensity, to a steady breathing through, feeling through every position that we come through. From this downward facing dog, I want to walk my feet right up to my hands and just land into a folded forward position here. Hands approach the mat. They come to the mat if they can, and we get comfortable in this folded forward position. Inhale, come halfway up. My hands come to my shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Baby back bend here at the top. Taking our time in every position of this kind of motivated flow that we mix in a lot on these Zoom, these virtual boot camps. We're slowing down a burpee into a yoga flow, where we go from the floor up to standing and then back down to the floor. Slow at first and then faster as we go. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, root to reach. Sweep the feet. Come halfway up to that flat back and hold. That back is flat, that core is engaged, the back is even feeling that pressure of pressing those hands into the shins. Step back to a high plank and hold that high plank. From that high plank, that slow moving chaturanga, inch forward, drop as low down to the ground as you can without bringing those knees to the ground, and come up through that upward facing dog. From that upward facing dog, push right back to that downward facing dog. Still taking as many steps as we can. Inch the feet up to the hands, feeling the calf and Achilles get some action and some attention. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Baby back bend. Exhale, root to reach. Sweep the feet. Let's flow through a little bit faster now from this flat back. Step or jump those feet back to a high plank. High plank to that low plank. Upward facing dog. To that downward facing dog. Walk, step, or even float those feet up to the hands. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up, baby back bend. One more time through it. Root to reach. Sweep the feet, flat back. Step or jump those feet back to that high plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Land down onto the hands and the knees and sink back into that child's pose. We are not done yet. We are going to burn out those biceps, shoulders, triceps with one more circuit with the intentions of coming through every ab exercise, every leg exercise that we've done just one more time. One more time through it is our goal. But before we get there, we got to mix in our high intensity arm circuit. So it puts together a lot of the movements that we've done so far. Hammer grip, curl, shoulder press, overhead tricep extension. Back down through the center, and we start it up again. We will all start together. We're going to go for 30 seconds of each movement that we come, of that movement there, and then it's 20 seconds of every other movement that we've done. So it's going to end up being about a 5-minute last circuit here, and it starts with that arm complex. Let's get after it together right now. Curl, press, overhead extension, back down through the center, start it all again. Curl, press, extension. If this becomes too tough, a single dumbbell is a great way to modify and keep that form right. Curl, press, extension. Down onto our backs. Let's toast out these abs. 20 seconds each movement. Flutter kicks is where we start. Let's do it now. Flutter kicks, let's go. 20 seconds only. It's a 20-second buzzer now. Every time that we finish one of these movements, we're done with that movement for the day. From the flutter kicks to the leg raises, right away on that buzzer, we are there now. 20 seconds. Focus on that lower midsection. Tough transition. The abs are burning. The abs are yelling at us. But we got to finish them up with that kick out. "20 seconds only of them. Keep going, keep going. 5 to go. 3, 2, 1, up to standing. Arm complex, let's do it. Come on. 40 seconds of this arm complex. We really want to toast these arms. Biceps, shoulders, triceps, working the whole time. Halfway there, looking to get another 4 or 5 reps in. That's 1. Come on. 2. 3. 4. Good. Reverse lunge. 20 seconds only. 20 seconds only, that big step back. Pulling yourself up to standing with that front leg. Big step back. Driving that leg back up to standing. Tail end of this workout. Tough transition now, like we burned out those ab muscles. Now we're burning out those legs. Squats. Right to it. Maybe a little bit of a quicker pace, especially than I'm doing. Burning out those legs. Down and up you go. 20 seconds only. Another rep or 2. Always room for another one. Alternating. Forward lunge. Right to it. Pushing back. Big step forward. Push back. Alternating. Upper body staying upright. Last leg movement of the day. Going right through that buzzer. Another rep or 2. Another one. Another one. And grabbing those dumbbells. Last time. Our last 2 minutes of the day. We're already into it. Curl. Press. Extension. Curl. Press. Extension. Let's get through it. Come on now. Biceps. Shoulders. Triceps. Come on. A few more reps. We got this. Real tough last minute of our day coming up. Our goal is to be a minute in this plank. 20 seconds in our forearm plank. Without touching the knees to the ground. Traveling up to a high plank. Without touching the knees to the ground. Traveling to that bear plank. Forearm plank. We are to it right now. Forearm plank. Hold that plank. Stomach tight. Glutes engaged. We've done a ton of planks today. Might as well make the last one the best one. From the forearm plank, travel up to that high plank and hold it now. Oh, you get a little bit of reprieve when you switch positions, but then it's not long before this one becomes your enemy. High plank, we hold it for 20, and then we try to crawl up to that bear plank For our last 20, walk that right foot up, walk that left foot up. Let those knees hover over the ground. Hold that bear plank. Hold that tension in the body. A great 40-minute workout is done. We are 40 minutes better than we were 40 minutes ago because we decided to show up. First, we set our intentions to show up. Then we pulled the trigger to show up for each other, for ourselves, feeling stronger because of it. Great job, everybody.
Thanks, Uncle T.